For those of you that don't know me, my name is Caroline Kohles. And can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. And I am the Senior Director of Health and Wellness at the Marlene Meyerson JCC Manhattan, and also the Program Coordinator for the Emdmond J Safra Parkinson'S Wellness Program. And we have been doing this thing. Who's been with us the whole time? Whitney. Yes, yes, yes. We have people that have been, Jody, our instructors for sure. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to be here in this room with you, primarily because it's really important that we see one another. As humans, part of being healthy is to be able to look, to see, to hear, to touch, to experience one another, right? And equally important is to be in community on Zoom too, and to stay moving. How many of you have been taking any of our Zoom programs? Yeah? Or yeah, taking them. Awesome. Well, we're going to bring the instructors that you have been seeing, some of them, here tonight, and everyone gets a t-shirt. This is our walking team, and we wanted it to be Ukrainian colors in support, right? In support of our, yes, exactly, of that, what's going on there. And that, of course, is all weighing very heavily on our hearts. So we're doing what we can as a JCC, communicating with the JCCs over there. And we're mostly at this point sending money because that's what they need. But we will be ready to mobilize whenever that's possible. We'll keep you abreast of that situation and what you can do and what we're doing as well. But let me check my agenda because we have an amazing, I'm supposed to do an icebreaker. I would like to introduce you to Whitney Chapman. Whitney Chapman, some of you may have been seeing her email newsletter and maybe have gotten emails from her or phone calls, or you've been in one of her classes. Whitney and I have been working together for
15 years.
15 years. I was going to say forever.
Yes, that's true.
And a little story about us. Whitney used to be the director of fitness over at Reebok Sports Club. Do you remember when it was Reebok Sports Club New York over on 68th and Columbus? And I taught over there. I taught Nia, and I just met her and thought she was extraordinary. And I started recruitment the moment I met her. I was like, I gotta get her to the JCC. It took a year for me. Really?
I'm not going to the no, I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, get me out of here.
So finally, we got her to the JCC. And then 2 years ago, maybe two and a half years ago, or 3, she was recruited and she got another job. And I was like, don't worry, you'll be back. And we had this opening to help coordinate and produce the events at the Parkinson'S Wellness Center here at the JCC. And I knew it would be the perfect one. Once again, I recruited her, and once again, she said yes. So I'm super, super excited.
Well, the other thing I will say is that when I finally came over here to work at the JCC, Dr. Alessandro DeRocco, who is our medical director, he was approaching the JCC about this time about creating a program in a community center. And they wanted to send some of our team to the National Parkinson'S Foundation, had a training that at the time was called Allied Team Training. And it was for doctors, nurses, OTs, PTs. They've never invited fitness professionals. And Maria Mason and Maria Frazetta now, and I were the first 2 fitness professionals that were invited to go. And Caroline sent me, and I had to go to Hawaii for a training. So what a nice gut boss was she to say, well, go ahead, you can go. I'll go next year. And so I got to go to Hawaii and train. So
I got to go to Boston, which was fine, right? But yeah.
Okay.
I would love for you to meet our amazing staff. Come on up, Nancy Burke. Nancy Burke, some of you may have know. She monitors all of our classes. She teaches everything. She teaches posture. She says she teaches posture. And she is my partner in crime as well with Nia, and is there every single time that I'm there, and just we have a great time. Melt, fall stop prevention, Nia, what else? Power strike. Yeah, I don't know. You name it. She's yes, personal trainer. So Nancy's got it all, the full package. Stay right here. Jody Jacob McVeigh is our walking coach and our cycling coach. She's an extraordinary coach. She's from the International Federation of Coaches. She's recognized as a life coach as well, but she is the one that got me training for a triathlon. I think Sally Edwards, who she worked with a lot, said to me, "When is the last time you did something for the first time?" And I thought, oh, darn it. I know what this means. This means I'm going to be signing up for something. And that's what we're going to say to you. We're going to get you guys signing up for some things that you might not have done before for the first time. So this is Jody, and we're just delighted to have her. Andy Chaliff. Andy is another assistant and amazing guy, trainer as well. And he is here in the house. Maria Mason Frazetta, you've already sort of heard a little bit about. You know that she went to Hawaii. Extraordinary trainer and Z Health practitioner. And Janine, I'm going to have you come up as well. Janine Cow. We have lots of amazing talent. Another personal trainer, extraordinary work, both of these two with the brain and brain health. Personal training. Maria is going to be teaching our swim class, which we're so excited. I'm so excited we're going to have that back in the water. Anybody take the swim class here before? When was the last time you did something for the first time? You're teasing. All right, Whitney, take it away.
So Caroline kind of talked about it, but I wanted to let some of you, I know as I was meeting you tonight as you came in, that you have not been involved or you're new to being involved here at the JCC. And I wanted to talk you very quickly through all of the programs that are currently going to be offered in our spring season, which actually starts the week of April 25th, which happens to be my birthday. So it's very important that you sign up for something to help me celebrate my birthday. We have the Alexander technique, which is an alignment-based technique that works kind of from the head down and getting your spinal alignment and works with posture. We're going to have boxing for PD, and you're going to meet via a video tonight Alex, our boxing instructor, who will be back teaching with us. We have chair exercise for balance, strength, and strength for Parkinson's, and that is being taught by Linda Rose Ayanako, who also teaches in our adult fitness programming. She teaches balance and bones and exercise with ease and does lectures on the alignment and posture, and you will get to meet her tonight via video. Caroline teaches our Nia movement, music, and magic class, which is Nia is a dance-based movement technique that incorporates principles and movements from various modalities, not just dance, but it incorporates some martial arts, Qigong and Tai Chi, and Aikido principles and yoga, and a lot of fun and a lot of laughter, and it's wonderful. We have Pamela Quinn, who could not be here tonight. She teaches our PD movement lab class, which is a movement modality that she herself is a choreographer and dancer, and has been living with Parkinson's for 27 years. And she teaches this class, and you do a lot of things related to gait and walking and daily activities and exercise and dance. And she is developing a cool program called Gatekeeping, which is about walking and its skills and things. And she could not be here tonight and was not able to send us a video, but you will get to meet her, I'm sure. Maria, as we mentioned, is going to be teaching our water exercise program. Working in the pool takes away gravity, so it enables you to work against the water with a force that you may not be able to do when you're up on land, and it's a ton of fun. And then I teach the yoga for Parkinson's class, where we do chair and standing postures to help stretch and align and calm your mind, and we have a lot of fun. And there's some students here who have been on my class with me through Zoom, so if you don't believe me, you can check it out with them after class. We're also going to be doing, we did it a little bit this past year, a program called Align and Sing, where Bill Connington, who is an Alexander master teacher, and Heather Curran, who is a performer and singing coach, they get together and you learn how to align your body so that you can project and sing more. And then it's kind of a sing-along, and it's a combination of singing along and working on your posture. And nobody cares whether you sing on key or not, right? You just have a good time. And that one we'll be doing a little bit sporadically because Bill works at Yale University. And so it's harder for him to be here. During the pandemic, we could do some virtual work with him, but they are planning to have them a couple times a year. So those are the things that we know that are in the works. And starting next week, April 11th through the 14th, we have a sample week where it's free. And you can sign up for a variety of these programs to take for free in-house. So most of these, the week of the 11th through the 15th, the classes that are being offered are the NIA, the Alexander technique, the boxing, the chair exercise, the water exercise, and the yoga. The only one that will not be offered that week is the PD movement lab because Pamela won't be in town that day. And they're free and they're going to be offered here in the building. So we need you to sign up because, as you can imagine, we still have some space limitations for safety reasons. During the season, we're going to be offering it hybrid, which means those of you who feel comfortable and want to come into the building and take class, you can take class. Those of you who prefer or would need to stay in your home and do it via Zoom, you'll be able to do that. And those of you who sign up online and you have a day where Assessor Ride is running late or you've got too many appointments and it's too hard, you'll still be able to join the class on Zoom if you like. So we're trying to make this as accessible as we can so that you don't have a reason not to come to class. Fair enough? Okay. Any questions? And I will send out an email to those of you who are here tonight just with some of this information so you don't have to remember it. So I'll send it all out in an email to you by Wednesday so that you'll have that information and how to sign up. Next slide. The other thing I want you to know about is some other programs that we have been creating over this past year that if you haven't seen or don't know about, you can still enjoy because we have recorded them and we have them on a YouTube channel. We have a program called PD Now, which is you are all a part of tonight. And we do this a couple times a year. It is an update on research, or we have themes. Tonight is on movement and moving forward. We do a program called Broadway's Best for Parkinson's. And we have, it was a granted program that we got permission or got funding for from the community grants from the Parkinson'S Foundation. And we are producing this season 5 episodes where we've had topics that are sort of what people aren't talking about but need to be talking about. So our first topic that our first interview and series that we did was with Leslie Stahl. And the topic, as you can see from here, was on caregiving beyond the obvious. And we talked about some of the not talked about concerns and issues that happen with caregiving or that come up for caregivers. Our second episode was with Suzette Shamoun and Rabbi Simcha Weintraub, and we talked about spirituality, sensuality, and sexuality. And so topics about how Parkinson's can be an impact there. We just did one that was on caregiving, the other side, and it was the voices of children who have parents living with Parkinson's. In addition to the conversations that you get to watch, we have Broadway stars that have come and do a little song for you. And so it's like you get to have a Broadway star singing to you in your own home. It's pretty cool. We have an episode coming up in May that is going to be on art and Parkinson's. So these are done live via Zoom. They are free. And we have a YouTube channel where they are stored. So if you missed it, you can watch them at any time. The other program that I'm really excited to be telling you about is our Getting Personal with Parkinson's. And it is an interview series. We have done 31 interviews with people on various aspects of Parkinson's, people living with Parkinson's, people who are caregivers, children of parents who have parents with Parkinson's, experts, doctors, and professionals who work with individuals with Parkinson's. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview. Are you ready? On April 11th, our next episode is with Miriam Bram, who is in the house, And she is a ambassador to the World Parkinson's Congress. And so that episode is learning about the Congress, which is actually going to be next year in Barcelona. So you can start saving your money and planning now. And so it's a wonderful series. They're about, the conversations are about 30 minutes in length, and there's 31 of them that you can watch at your leisure whenever you like. But they're great inspirations. There's lots of great information. And if you want to share your story or share concerns, I'm looking for interviews. And I wasn't too tough, was I? I was pretty easy. So I would love to hear your story and share it. So if it's something that you are interested in, you can let me know. And then later this year, we will have our Gonzalez Ramos Symposium, which is usually based on medical updates in Parkinson's, and we will do our best to offer it live and probably do it a hybrid situation. Things that we're working on is creating a caregiver support group as well as a persons living with Parkinson's support group. So I want you to know that they're on our radar. We're looking for social workers. That's our only thing, is finding an available good social worker to launch that. But it's on our radar and it's top priority. So I wanted you to know about all of that. There's a lot. Yeah? Let me ask you a question, especially for those of you who have not participated before. Has there been one thing that I mentioned that's kind of intriguing to you? Yeah? Just one? Is there just one? Yes? No? Shit, you're not on Zoom, so you can make some sound. Yeah? Okay. So I want to challenge you to try something for the first time that you've never done. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. But I'd love for you to try, okay? I think that's it for me.
About it. We are just excited to see you. We were like, is anybody gonna come? And we were watching the numbers, and it started at 1, and then 2, and then 7, and then went to 12. And then when we actually got the T-shirts just arrived at 1:30 this afternoon. You know, there's been a supply and demand issue. And so we're just really, really excited to see you and to be in person. Yeah, but.
So I was like, well, why do we have these Walking Club T-shirts? Because on April 23rd, the Parkinson's Foundation hosts the Parkinson's Unity Walk. And it is a fundraiser for the Parkinson's Foundation, and the money goes directly to research. And we have a team which is called the Invincibles. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to talk about that. So you can register with me tonight and sign up. It's a free sign up. We have a goal as a team. We'd like to raise $3,000. You can do that by inviting friends to join or make donations on your behalf. You can make your own donation. You can just come and walk. It's a free event. So if you decide to do this at home, I just wanted to quickly show you the website. You would go to the Parkinson's Unity Walk. You find our team, the Invincibles. You would click on Join This Team. And then, magic, you would join as a new participant, unless you've been a walker before. And if you have walked before, then you would do the one that says returning participant. And then you have to remember your user login. If you're like me, it's like, I don't know. So, and then after you click on the new participant, there's a quick little form that you fill out. And after you fill out the form, they send you this email. And this is an email that you can then forward to your friends and family and say, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to join in? Do you want to support? And the walk happens on April 23rd at Central Park. Jody, who when she gets up is going to tell you more about it. But I thought, oh my God, I have these slides. I'm supposed to share it with you, and I forgot. So that's it. And we hope you will join us on April 23rd.
And all of the monies go to research. So that's what that's for the walk. All right, I get to warm you up. One of the things that we're going to start our movement plan. So you go ahead and put your stuff down to the sides of your chairs. And if you have coffee, move it out of the way. We do have decaf coffee in the back, or water if you need that. So one of the things that you can do to prevent falls and also activate your body is kind of turn on your engine. So please go like this for me, right? So movement, and go like this. Right. Now, movement happens at your joints. So your joints are what you want to warm up with. Whether it's you've been sitting for a while, as we have, or whether, you can put your hands down, or whether you're like sitting on a plane. Has anybody been traveling at all? Yeah, okay. So if you're on a plane and you've been sitting for a while, you want to do this before you get up. If you have been sleeping and you haven't, gotten up for a while, you want to do this before you get up. So I'm going to show you the sleeping one first. And hopefully you can see me. I'll pretend that I'm sleeping. Pretend that I'm laying down. So I'm going to do this with my hands and the same thing with my feet. So why am I doing this? And it's just simple, right? I'm just here. Can you kind of see me? Right? Pretend I'll show you from standing up. And why am I doing that? I'm getting blood back to my heart, right? I'm getting blood back to my heart. And then when I turn my legs over or to the side, right, and roll up, I have circulation happening in my body, and I'm less likely to fall. Does that make sense? Say yes. Yes. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to start with the wrists because they're the easiest to go for. Yes, exactly. See how loose and easy that? Yeah, get the wrist, and we've got some hand motion, but really just, and go like this. Whatever, right? Whatever, exactly. And then, hey, right, and then, right, like, I have a friend that's Italian. She does this way. She does this, right? Either one, right? All of those things, right? Get a little gesture and a little humor in there. We want to, that's it. We want to rotate them. Now, what's interesting about the wrists is they can go this way, they can go this way, and they can circle around, which tells you what about your wrists? They are stiff or they are mobile. Which one? Mobile. Yeah, so they're meant to move around. Next, let's go with our elbows. Nice, easy. And they'll circle around. And then the elbows are connected to, go up your arm, shoulders. Exactly. So the body is designed in ones and twos, right? What do I mean by that? Well, one head, two shoulders. One belly button, two elbows. One tush, two sides. But one tush, right? And two legs. So ones and twos. So that takes care of our arms. Now, what connects the top to the bottom? Spine. Excellent. The spine works in several ways. Let's go over, right? That's flexion. And then let's extend and look up, right? Side to side. Rotate around. Okay, let's pretend Whitney went to Hawaii. Maria went to Hawaii. Let's have a little dolphin swim. Ready? Whoosh. And then they're going to go down and up and look up. And then side, side, over this way and over this way. And then around and around. Let's do it again. Ready? Whoosh, up and over. Hands up. Look up. Side, side. Yes. And rotate around. Now, Parkinson's can make our spine stiff, right? Anybody experience that? Yeah. So this, knowing that my spine is designed to go over, it's designed to go up. Go ahead and do it with me. It's designed to go side to side and then around, will keep you mobile. Great. So you're in your chair right now, so I'm going to join you there. So already, do you feel any different from just moving around a little bit? Yeah. Let's go ahead and shift. I want you to shift. Shift happens like you can put a little piece of paper under one tush and then shift to the other side. Yeah, go ahead and shift with me like we're on a very tippy boat. Yeah? Go ahead. Really shift and see if you can lift. Shift and lift your tush. Shift and lift your tush. Shift and lift your tush, but your tush. Okay, let's go ahead and play. Let's see if you can actually put one hand underneath. There you go. If not, go a little bit further over. Okay, and one hand underneath. Now that's important. Now, let's go ahead and go forward on the chair with that tush. Yes, so come to the edge of the chair and then scoot your way back. Believe it or not, this particular movement, the person next to you on the plane will love you lots, right? But this particular movement is going to keep your joints open. Let's go ahead and circle one leg, and in and out and in and out. Kind of like you're stepping over a barrel. Right. Make it big. Think over the top. Yep. And do it with your leg. Get your leg there. You can actually help it. Good. Right? Over and back. Beautiful. Scooch way back in your chair. And let's extend one leg and then the other. Right? And let's just kick. Right? Kick. Anything you want to kick out. Right? Feeling like, ugh. Out of it. That's it. Good. And then finally, both legs up, or one. Yeah, one. There you go. And flex and point both feet. Good. Any similarities between the feet and the ankles? You bet. I mean, the wrists and the ankles. Yeah, the feet and the ankles, they're attached. The wrists and the ankles. Now, watch this. The elbows and the knees. Yeah, they extend and bend. The hips, let's go ahead and circle around or lift them up and down, right? And the shoulders, circle them around. Nice. That's it. Beautiful. And then finally, just for fun, squeeze your tush. Yeah. Can you like get up on your rockets? As my dance teacher used to say, squeeze your tush, right? And you'll see, can you see how I kind of lift up a little bit? Come on. Oh, there you go. Now, here's what Linda Rose always challenged me to do. Squeeze only one. And then the other. I had to work on that, I have to admit. Okay, now let's put our feet down, rumble them. We're going to stand up. Chin over shins, or at least just kind of be like a jockey on a horse. And just come, you know how jockeys are like this, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come forward and just get up a little bit. So really take yourself forward. Momentum. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi-ya! And then back down. Let's do it again. Hi-ya! And back down. And one more. Hi-ya! Excellent. And rest. Okay. Excellent. Our next. So that is what I would say. Do some version of that. Even if it's just the wrists and the feet, whenever you've been sitting for a period of time or laying down. Sound good?
So our next two teachers could not be here tonight, but they wanted to be here. So they've sent us videos with exercises to do it. So the first one is going to be Linda Rose Ayanako. Linda teaches our chair exercise class, and some of you may also know her from our balance and bones and our exercise with ease. So she can still see you. She's magical this way. So Matt, if you will play Linda's video.
Hello, my name is Linda Rose Ayanako. I'm an exercise instructor focusing on functional fitness. The exercises we do in all my classes try to improve balance, postural alignment, and strengthen bones and muscles. We're going to use all those elements now as we address the stride or stepping component of moving forward, walking. We're going to practice how to lift our foot, how to work our foot, how to place our foot, so that when we do stride or step forward, we are doing so with assurance and knowing we're safe. Many of us think that balance is a challenge for only the feet. Our entire being has to be in balance. So I'm going to change my position right now. While I'm moving, you can adjust yourself in your chairs as well. I believe most of us are seated. Right now I'm sitting safely without twisting or hurting myself, working on my posture because my legs are touching the chair. So I'm going to put my hips all the way to the back of the chair, and I'm going to give myself some cues to help my posture. I'm going to use the chair. I'm pressing my waistline closer to the chair, and I'm aligning my back, the rib cage and the shoulder blades against the chair evenly. Here are the components that we're going to practice. Lifting the heel, lifting the knee, and placing the heel straight ahead of our hip joint. Here's how it looks from the side. We need to practice lifting the heel, lifting the knee, and then placing the heel in the center of our heel before we shift our weight to move forward. I'll show you what it looks like when we're standing, and then we'll begin. I'm going to lift my heel. I'm lifting my knee. I'm placing my heel just as far forward from my other foot as is comfortable, so that when it is time, I will be able to shift my weight. The whole body goes over the foot, and notice that back heel, it's up. Okay, let's begin with the first component, the heels. Put your legs together, because as we work on this, we want to make sure our ankles are straight. You know, when you step forward and you're stepping on the side of your foot, it helps you to fall over. We don't want to do that. So I now have my toes underneath my knees. I've aligned my body. I'm pulling my legs together, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. So when I lift my heels, I know my ankles are not to the outside. I'm not to the outside of my feet. My weight is directly behind the second big toe, between the second and the first big toe on the ball of the foot, and then put your heels down. Let's do both feet at the same time. We'll do 4. Lift the knees. It lifts the heels, and put the heels down. And then again, maintaining the legs touching so we are assured our ankles are straight. Be comfortable. Separate your legs a little bit. Right now, my knees directly in front of my hip joints. That's where my legs would be if I was walking, straight in front and aligned. I'm going to lift the heel and put it down. We'll do 4 times. We're working singly, maintaining the placement on the ball of the foot, stretching our arch. Let's do the other foot. Lift and release, lift and release, lift and release, and lift and release. Let's do them both together. Both heels are up, the ankles are straight. Our toes are flat, getting rid of the hammer toes if we have any. Press and release, and press and release. The second component we want to address, lift your knee and put your leg down. Lift your knee. Notice how stable you are through your hips. We're working on balance, our entire torso. Lift and release. Do one more. Lift. The foot is directly underneath the knee. Other side, please. Lift and release. Still thinking about our alignment. Using the chair. Our head is level. Let's alternate lift and release. Good. Lift. Keeping that foot underneath the knee. Nice. The next component would be how to place the heel, the foot on the floor. So lift the heel, lift the knee, center your heel as you flex your foot and step down. Do that again. Lift the heel, lift the knee, and place your heel forward. And return. We'll do 2 more. Lift, lift, place, center of your heel. Last one, lift, lift, place. Left foot. Lift your heel, lift your knee, place your heel in the center of your heel and step down. Again, lift, lift, and place, and step down. Lift, lift, and place, and step down. And again, lift, lift, and place, and step down. Let's alternate right and left. Lift, lift your knee, place the heel, change sides, lift your heel, lift your knee, place, and step down. Lift your heel, lift your knee, place the heel in the center, ankles are straight, and step down. Lift, lift, place, and step down. Okay, let's work on some exercises now to strengthen the muscles of the feet and the ankle and to increase mobility so that when we do the work we first did, we know that we're strong. Okay, I've readjusted my hips to the back of the chair. I slipped forward. If you did, could you readjust too, please? Okay, straighten your legs, lift your feet, press your thighs into the chair. The more you press your thighs and stabilize, the higher your feet will go. Let's work 1 foot at a time. So the leg is straight. We're going to point and flex. Take a look at your ankle. It's straight, correct? The foot is squared off. We've done 4. Circle 4 times to the outside. Keep your legs steady. We're working the ankle and the foot. And then we'll scoop side to side, side to side. I love the way this feels, side to side. And then one big circle, relax the foot and replace that heel right under the knee. Other leg. Press your thigh into the chair. The leg is parallel. Point, flex. We're pointing the foot. We're not including the toes. We're working on the feet and the ankle. Outside circle. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then reverse. And then scoop side to side. Make sure the leg isn't moving. Ankle and foot. And then one big circle. And replace. A little more difficult. We're going to have to work through our abdominals. Make sure we're aligned correctly. We're going to work both feet. Point, flex. Point, flex. 2 more. Point, flex. Point and flex. Outside circle. Inside circle. Then scoop side to side, side to side, side to side. One circle, rest, and put the legs down. I think that's enough work for the legs right now. I think we've spoken to our feet, spoken to our ankles. They know what they're supposed to do. We're just going to have to work on that when we're standing. Right now, let's rest. Sit up tall, maintain all the curves in your spine. Rest your hands behind your knees to make sure we're centered and protected. And then move your rib cage close to your knees and we'll stretch. We'll relax. We'll think about what good work we just did and the new habits we're forming. Enjoy this stretch through your hips, your thighs, your back and buttocks. And then lift. Very nice. Thank you all for joining me and for doing some hard work. I have a question. I'd like to see a raise of hands. How many of us are really going to practice? Oh, thank you.
So I want to applaud you all because I saw you all doing the work, so that's great. Our next teacher is Alex Moldano, and did I pronounce that right, Moldano? I think so. And he is the one who teaches our boxing program. And then you'll get some of us live, so be prepared.
Hi,
Okay.
my name is Alex Montaldo, and I'm co-founder of Stop PD, support and training to overcome Parkinson's disease. This video is about gait. The broad definition of gait is the way you walk. When we talk about walking, there are 2 main elements that come into play, and those are balance and coordination. And as we all know, those can be a real challenge for someone living with Parkinson's. So in this video, we'll just focus on the first step you take to initiate your walk. The first thing you need to do is widen your stance, kind of like a boxer, okay? Boxers use what's called a fight stance, which looks like this. See? They spread their feet apart so they can be ready to move around as much as they need to and really fast. Okay? If their feet are close together, then it's really hard to move when they need to attack or get out of the way or do anything. Okay? So, first step, widen your stance. Shoulder width. Okay? Second step in this process is practicing your breathing. You breathe in through your nose, sending the air straight down into your belly, which will expand. And then you exhale by pushing the air out using your diaphragm and your abs. So the first thing you can practice is just this, your stance and the breathing. And your breathing will set the rhythm that you can be walking to or moving to, whatever it is you're doing. Walking, running, lifting weights, whatever it is, you can always do it to the rhythm of your breathing. Actually, you should. Okay? And then you want to make sure that your knees are slightly bent. Always. Never lock them, because that's bad for your balance. And once you have this down, then you can take your first step. You exhale as you step forward. And you keep practicing these 3 elements. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? That's something that you can do on a daily basis. And then I would add one more thing to it, which is swinging your arms. Even if it's just one step, right? And back. And back. And back. Okay, and then you can do one more thing. If you have tape, you can use it to create a line that you step over to make sure that your step is way bigger than what you would think would be appropriate, right? As a general rule, you never want to look down. You can do that when you're starting to get a sense of how big your step should be, but as soon as you get a good step consistently, then you have to just go by the way it feels without looking. Or you can alternate. And that's it for this video. I hope it's helpful.
So, I'm going to introduce you now to Nancy Burke, who's going to take what you've just learned and put it into action.
Hi, everybody. So happy to see you. So I'm going to incorporate what Linda Rose and Alex just did a little bit differently because I come from a NIA background. In fact, I've trained with Caroline since 2010, so I have to do it well and just tell her I did a good job. In NIA, we like to think of our bodies as the 13 joints, but I also, when I teach NIA or fall prevention for Parkinson's, I encourage everyone to think of your body from the base up. So I'm going to break down a little bit what you just heard. And you can stand with me in a second if you'd like, and you certainly don't have to if you don't feel comfortable doing that today. But let's think about good posture in the chair. So scoot your tushy forward the way Caroline showed you how to do. Come all the way to the edge if you can, so that you're not resting on the back of the chair, right? And that helps you keep nice posture and practice good posture even in the chair. Think about your feet being straight ahead, and notice if your feet want to go in different angles. We want them nice and straight ahead and in line with the knees and the hips, the way Linda was talking about. Think about pulling your tummy in and squeezing your tush. And I always like to think about lifting my pelvic floor, which is also part of your core. Guys think you don't have a pelvic floor, but you do. We all have pelvic floors. So that's kind of like, how can I say this nicely? Like you're going pee-pee and you need to stop. That's those muscles. You want to squeeze those. That really helps That's actually part of your core. Pull your tummy in, and if you're not sure how to sit up nice and tall and open your chest, just reach forward, bring your elbows back, reach forward, bring your elbows back. You feel how nice and open your chest is, just drop your arms down, and you're giving your lungs and your heart a lot of space, and you're also engaging your upper back. And then think about your head just reaching all the way to the ceiling and making yourself an inch or two taller. And then use those nice big breaths that Alex was talking about. So see, even in the chair, show me your, oh, I'm so tired, it's 6 o'clock, slump in the chair. Show me that, everybody. Just go ahead. I've got 20 kids to feed, and I've only got hamburger helper for dinner. So tired. Okay, now try that good posture. And I think it's so easy to think about it from the base up. What are my feet doing? Straight ahead. If I'm standing, my knees are soft. Is everything in line with my hips? Am I pulling my tummy in and lifting my pelvic floor? Am I using my tushy, my glutes? Is my chest open? Can I breathe? And is my head reaching to the ceiling? So that way you can always have beautiful posture even when you're sitting in the chair, right? So if you'd like to stand, let's do what Caroline showed us to go chin over shins, I forget. And when you're up, go ahead and take your chair if that helps you to feel a little more stable. But let's practice the same thing standing. And you certainly don't have to stand if you don't feel comfortable with that right now. So take your feet hip-width apart, straight ahead, and pay attention to your feet during the day. Notice if they like to go like this or like this. We really want to encourage them to have all 4 points of your feet on the ground. And if you have trouble with your balance, just try pushing your big toe into the ground. That helps a lot with balance. Lift your pelvic floor. Pull your tummy in and squeeze your tush. Use those glutes. Open the chest. Again, if you're not sure how to open it, reach back. Feel that nice opening. Drop your hands. Take a nice big breath and reach your head to the ceiling and imagine that you're an inch or two taller. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. And take that really hired hamburger helper, got 20 kids to feed, posture. And let's build it from the base up. Feet are straight ahead. My knees are soft, like Alex said. I'm going to pull my tummy in. I'm going to squeeze my tushy, lift my pelvic floor, open my chest, reach my head to the ceiling, and take a nice big breath. 2 or 3 of those. Energize your body with all the oxygen that it needs. And from here, you can sit and stand with nice posture. Okay? And we learn more of that in all the classes that we teach. So we really hope you're going to come and join us. Okay, thanks, guys.
And I'm going to invite for our next instructor is Sonia Johansson. She teaches some of our walking classes, and she teaches in our Feldenkrais program, which is another alignment-based program. We're going to be doing some standing work with her. And if you want more support, feel free to either walk next to your chair or behind your chair, and you can use that as a base for support.
Is walking on your mind? Maybe you're hoping to add more steps to your daily routine. Perhaps you're planning to get outdoors more when the weather is fine and mild. Maybe join a social walking group or catch up with friends. But what gets in your way? Is it discomfort and pain? Maybe you have achy hips or sore knees, or perhaps you've got pain in your feet. Do you worry about your balance? Always looking down on the ground in case you might catch your foot and trip. Maybe you tire easy and you run out of steam, so you're never really sure how far you'll be able to walk. Well, you're not alone, and you're in the right place to help build your skill and confidence. My name is Sonia Johansson, and I've been teaching movement classes to help address all of those issues, both mat Feldenkrais classes that improve your posture and your alignment and coordination to help your balance and equilibrium, and I use Feldenkrais principles to guide my Nordic walking classes that happen outdoors and in the park. Okay, come to your feet. And this is where I suggest, if you're using a chair, to give you some stability. You stand behind it and the chair is to the side of you. And if you don't have a chair, you've got your counter. Just stand and notice what's on the other side of the room. What is eye level? Where are you looking? And you're going to pick up your right foot and just place it a little in front of you. Not in front of the left foot, but as if you were about to walk to the other side of the room. Pick up your right foot again and put it beside your left foot. And do that simple movement of repositioning your right foot from being in line with your left to being a little more forward and back. What are you noticing most? Is it the movement of your head? Is it some movement, repositioning of your pelvis perhaps? Or is it something else entirely different? Pause when your right foot is beside your left foot again, and now pick up your right foot and see if you can reposition it on the floor a little bit behind you. And of course, return it to its starting place. So this would be like walking backwards, which many people struggle with, and it gets them into a lot of trouble. So it's a good idea to practice it in very controlled and careful environment like we're doing here. When you move your right foot backward and put the weight of your body upon your right foot, maybe half of your body weight just for a moment is imprinting through your right footprint back and replacing it, do you find the rest of your body, your torso, your trunk, your pelvis, your head, repositions, adapts and adjusts more or less? Now let's put these two movements together, shall we? Take your right foot, take a step a little forward, pick it up, and before you place it back down on the floor, put it a little behind you. So in a strange way, we're kind of rehearsing a small segment of walking. It's a kind of traveling in the forward direction, which we usually walk in, and then we are reversing it. Another Feldenkrais principle, the reversibility of action. Now I'm wondering, doesn't matter how quickly, doesn't matter how slowly you're doing this, but do you feel that you're leading with a particular part of your body? Just pause for a moment. Are you leading with your pelvis? Do you think it was your head that if you were competing in a race or even a marathon, what would have passed the finish line first? Your head, your pelvis, maybe your knees? Or would it be your chest, your bosom? Go ahead and advance by letting your pelvis drift forward, and then retreat by letting your bottom go backward. So it's a kind of sway. You're going to feel the imprint of the soles of your feet going from pressing more in the front, the balls of your feet, and more at your heels. You might find bending your knees a little bit would be very useful. But really make this an action that is initiated, the part of your body that travels forward or backward first, like the lead bird in a flock of birds, is your pelvis. Now see if you can do this stepping motion. You remember we were just picking up our right foot, placing it on the floor a little in front, placing it on the floor a little in back. See if you can do that, leading predominantly with your pelvis. Don't make it such that your head isn't lifted, that your head isn't high. Don't make it such that if someone saw you doing this, they would be worried that you'd fall over. And then just pause when your foot is once again in line with your left one. Now let's change and see if we can actually lead a little bit with our head. Watch out, if you go too far, you will actually overbalance, which is a strange way of saying almost fall, overbalance. Let your head drift forward. Let your head drift backward. A little so that the shadow, if you were standing under a single light globe, the shadow of your head would be a little bit beyond your toes, a little bit past your heels. Now, it won't be as big, but can you include stepping your right foot forward, stepping your right foot backward, while thinking of your head being the forward scout, whether you're traveling forward or whether you're traveling backward. And notice perhaps it feels a little more easy going in the forward direction or the backward direction. Okay, one last thing. Bring your free hand, the one that you're not using to touch the furniture, bring it to the center of your chest. Maybe more down to the bottom of your breastbone. The bottom of your breastbone, your sternum, is called the xiphoid. It's where your bra might meet if you happen to wear a bra. And from here, gently, softly, in a way that maybe no one else could see, let the bottom of your breastbone sink. Let it descend, let it kind of retreat to the floor. And then, when you can't let it sink and descend anymore, find out how you can let it rise. Lift a little bit. You might discover, if you go slowly enough, that you're actually breathing in to do one of these actions and you're breathing out to do the other. It's not necessary, it's not required, but are you breathing in to lift your breastbone, or are you breathing out to drop your breastbone? Now, let's see if we can combine these two actions as if, building a recipe in the kitchen. Can you lead with your breastbone as you step forward? Can you lead with your breastbone as you step backward? And this is a very unusual thing to do for some of us. You might come to realize that you have a preference. Is it your head, your chest, or your pelvis that you like to lead with? Now, we've been standing still. I suggest what you do now is go for a walk, maybe to the other side of the room, walk down the hall, but notice, if you're not thinking about what you're doing with your body and you're really just intending to navigate, around other people or around the landscape you're in, how are you leading? What part of your body is the forward scout? If you'd like more guided movement explorations to help you feel more confident and comfortable while walking, visit my website. Hope you're inspired to get outdoors and take a walk today. Bye for now.
So I want you to always be looking where you're going. I know with some of our posture issues, looking down sometimes feels a little bit easier. But I want you to look as if, because now I'm the walking coach that takes you outside. So now what do we need to worry about when we're outside? Stop lights, traffic lights, everything that's sort of just up and a little ways away from us. So I want you to think about walking now, and think about looking for the traffic light or the don't walk sign, okay? Walk right towards it. Now I want you to walk it with intention, all right? You're going to put all of the things into place, which all the other instructors have given you, and what I really love was the build up. And now we get to put it into action. Good. Keep it up. You're walking down the street. The bus is coming. Now what do? Yes, stop. Stop is always a good option, especially if you're getting a little confused or flustered. Oh my God, I'm going to miss my bus. Right? Our brain sort of goes off in a whole different direction. Good. So show me a little bigger step. Keep that eye level up. What happens when your step is bigger? Yeah. Where do your shoulders go when your step gets bigger? Yeah. Really good. Look at this. Whitney, they're ready to sign up. Really good. Bigger steps. That's it. Now look where you're going. Don't look at me. Look at your stop sign. Look at the traffic signal. Look at the bus. What bus is that that's coming? Can I get on the 7 or is it the 9 or the 11 I need to get on when I get here? Really good. And now we're thinking about coming to the edge of the curb. What do I do with my posture? So good. Linda Sue was in my walking group a long time ago. Really good. Good. So guess what? Parkinson's Unity Walk starts on the 23rd, right? Next week, are we having walking? Like, am I doing walking on Thursday? Okay. So I'm going to see you on the 23rd because you're all going to sign up for the Parkinson's Unity Walk. You're going to get your T-shirt before you leave, and you're going to wear your T-shirt. It's really, really fun. There's lots of good swag. And Whitney's going to be up front. I'm sure Caroline's going to be up front leading all kinds of things. So it's sign up. If you need instructions about how to sign up again, ask us when you get towards the door, and we'll help you figure that out too.
Yeah, and if anybody is feeling like they want to join us up on the stage, Whitney and I will be teaching and leading the warm-up. please let us know. That's always
Maria.
fun.
Yep, Maria's next. So take a deep breath. How are you feeling? Yeah? The little donut along the way, that's, when you walk down by the sample, in my neighborhood, it's someone who sells churros or tamales. Maybe you get the bagels or the pretzels on the street.
This little chart, you can do either sitting down or standing up. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. It's an eye-hand, we're going to use it as an eye-hand coordination. You could do it eye-feet, you could do it all sorts of things, right? Think of this as a template for movement, right? And you see there are lines with stars, right? So I have a little pointer here. The line represents your spine. The star represents which side of the spine you're going to target. So this is in the middle of the line, so that would be obviously midline, center. You're going to slap your thighs both at the same time. When you see a star off to, for me it's the right, off to the right, you slap the right thigh. When you see a star off to the left, you slap the left thigh. So what you're doing is you're reading this across and choosing which side or together you're slapping. And you want to try and stay relaxed. You want to make sure you're breathing. And you are trying to do as quickly as you can. So let's do it together as a group. Do you want to stay seated or standing? It's up to you. Seated? Okay, we'll stay seated. Okay, so when you're slapping your thigh, just slap, right or left, or both, okay? So we'll go through the first line together, just so that everyone's on board with the same concept. And then I'm going to time you for a minute, and you're going to go at your own pace, and then we're going to actually see if you are changed in any way as far as like movement or just how you feel, right? So this one, both thighs. This one, right. Both thighs. Right, left, left. Then you would come back down together, both. Left, right, left, together, right. We got it? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to time you for a minute. You go at your own pace. Now, if you get all the way through the chart, go back to the beginning and do it again. Because what we're looking to see is how far through the chart you can do it. Okay? Because I'm going to have you do it again afterwards and see if you improve on your ability to interpret and do the action. Okay? So get ready, on your mark, get set, and go. And that's it. That was 1 minute. All right. Feel like you were in camp, learning a little like clap routine. It's a lot of work, right? A lot of thought process, right? So think of it this way. When you were a kid and you had to learn a sport, they had to break it down. And you had to look at it, figure it out, and then figure out how to do it in your body. That's what I mean by movement template. I could use this for anything, right? Tennis, I could use it for boxing. Instead of slapping, I could say jab, undercut, cross-cut, lunge, step to the side, whatever, right? It gives you a way of practicing the little bits of movement, which everyone else before was kind of doing, right? They were breaking down your gait into all the different movement patterns. But this is now actually putting it together in the sense of a movement plan, okay? So before we do it again, I'm going to do a little breathing now. We heard diaphragm earlier. And when it comes to breathing, your diaphragm is actually what actually helps you inhale and exhale in addition to other things. But it's the main muscle. It is your ultimate core muscle. So put your hands on your belly. Now, in order to figure out how it works, I want you to do a little cough. Did you feel a little contraction there? Right? That's your diaphragm. Right? So try a little bit of a laugh, like a ha. Cool. Now we're going to add several ha's in a row. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, good. Okay. Now let's add some intonations and your voice range, right? So it can be even a little cackle like this. Let's see, try it again. Ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3, and. Did you get a nice little workout in your stomach? Right? That's core work, baby. You don't need to do sit-ups. Right? And it's cardio. Everyone feel a little breathy? Like you got a little bit of breathing in? So why not? Let's have it be a fun exercise, right? That's your diaphragm. Okay, ready to try this one more time? Okay, here we go. And go. Very nice, very nice. But people lasted a little bit longer that time. Yeah. So let's do one more lap. Ready? Big breath in. Very nice, very nice. So obviously I'm teaching in the water and not on land, but that doesn't mean everything we did here I couldn't have you do in the water, right? So hopefully I see you at the pool next week on Thursday, right? It's the 11th. And thank you for joining in and doing some coordination work.